Welcome to the Gurukul Prep Daily Podcast on 31st August. Update 1. Appointment. Subhasri appointed MD and CEO of Shriram Capital. Shriram Capital, the Shriram Group's holding business, has chosen Subhasri as its new managing director and CEO, beginning 1st September. Subhasri, who earlier worked as the joint managing director, has played an important role in the organization since starting as an officer in the NBFC business in 1991. We are thrilled to elevate Subhasri to MD and CEO of Shriram Capital. Her dedication and deep understanding of our group's operations have been crucial in shaping our success, said D.V. Ravi, Executive Vice Chairman of Shriram Capital. Update 2. Appointment. Satish Kumar appointed as Railway Board Chairman and CEO. Satish Kumar, a renowned officer from the 1986 batch of the Indian Railway Service of Mechanical Engineers, IRSME, has been appointed the Railway Board's Chairman and CEO. His selection is historic, as he is the first person from the scheduled caste or Dalit population to be chosen for this position. Kumar's tenure is slated to commence on 1st September, when he will replace the incumbent chairperson and CEO of the board, Jaya Verma Sinha, who will be retiring on 31st August. Update 3. Banking. ESF Small Finance Bank launches Inori Rupai Platinum Credit Card. ESF Small Finance Bank has unveiled the Inori Rupai Platinum Credit Card, a premium financial instrument developed by the National Payments Corporation of India, NPCI, to provide cardholders with exclusive benefits and privileges. According to a press release, the card's name, Inori, is derived from the Japanese word for wish, symbolizing our aim to fulfill consumers' dreams and expectations. Cardholders can enjoy a range of rewards, including exciting cashback offers on monthly transactions and comprehensive insurance coverage of up to Rs 2 lakh. Update 4. Defense. Vice Admiral Rajesh Dhankar takes over as Director General Project Seabird. Vice Admiral Rajesh Dhankar has been appointed Director General of Project Seabird, with a mandate to oversee the largest defensive infrastructure project now underway at the Karwar Naval Base, the Indian Navy announced. He took over from Vice Admiral Tarun Sopti. The change of guard occurred at the project's headquarters in New Delhi. As part of Project Seabird, the Navy is expanding the critical and strategically positioned naval base in Karwar, Karnataka. Dhankar was commissioned into the Indian Navy on 1 July 1990 and is a specialist in navigation and direction. Update 5. International. Iran appoints Fatemeh Mohajerani as first female government spokesperson. In a historic step, President Masoud Pezeshkian named Fatemeh Mohajerani as Iran's new official spokesman, the first woman to hold the role. Mohajerani, who holds a doctorate in business administration, provides extensive expertise from past positions in education and government. She joins other high-ranking women, including Sheena Ansari and Farjaneh Sadek Malwajad. During the government of Hassan Rouhani, Mohajerani held the position of head of the Technical and Vocational Training University of Shariati, which is an institution specifically for female students. Update 6. Miscellaneous. England's Doyd Marlan retires from international cricket. England's former world number 1 T20I batter, Doyd Marlan, has declared his departure from international cricket at 37. Marlan is one of just 2 England mains cricketers, along with Jos Buttler, to have scored hundreds in Tests, ODIs, and T20Is. Marlan has not played for England despite his incredible success since last year's 50-over World Cup in India. Marlan, who will be 37 next month, has played 22 Tests, 30 ODIs, and 62 T20Is, scoring 4,416 runs. He burst onto the international scene 2017 with a stunning T20I debut against South Africa, scoring a free-flowing 78 from just 44 balls. Update 7. Obituary. New Zealand's Maori king dies after 18-year reign. Kingi Tuhisha Putatote Veruhiro 7, New Zealand's Maori king, passed away on Friday, 30th August 2024, at 69, only days after celebrating his 18th year on the throne. He was the seventh monarch of the Kingitanga movement, established in 1858 to unite New Zealand's indigenous Maori tribes against British colonialism. Tuhisha passed away in hospital after heart surgery, according to Rahui Papa, a representative for the Kingitanga, or Maori King movement, in an Instagram post. The monarch has a largely ceremonial but still consequential role in New Zealand, where Maori comprise nearly 20% of the population. Update 8. Science and Technology. First indigenously developed pollution control vessel launched in Goa. The pollution control vessel, GSL Yard 1267, developed and built indigenously for the first time by Defence PSU Goa Shipyard Ltd for the Indian Coast Guard, was commissioned to protect the maritime environment. It is for the first time that these vessels are being designed and constructed indigenously by Goa Shipyard Ltd, the Defence PSU said. This is one of two vessels that Goa Shipyard Ltd is building for the Coast Guard. The MOAS characterized the debut of the pollution control vehicle as an essential step toward protecting the country's marine environment and reducing oil pollution. Update 9. Sports. Bangladesh triumphs in SAFF U20 Championship 2024. Bangladesh has won the South Asian Football Federation's SAFF U20 Championship Football Tournament. Bangladesh won the title after defeating hosts Nepal 4-1 in the final at the All Nepal Football Association (ANFA) stadium in Satdobato, Lalitpur. This is the first time Bangladesh has won the championship. Along with Nepal and Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, India, the Maldives, and Bhutan participated in the competition, which began on 18 August 2024. India had won SAFF U20 in 2019, 2022 and 2023. Update 10. State. PM Modi inaugurated Vadhavan Port and Address Global FinTech Fest in Maharashtra. On 30th August, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Maharashtra, where he spoke at the Global FinTech Fest, GFF, 2024 in Mumbai and laid the foundation for the Vadhavan Port project in Palghar. The Prime Minister spoke at the Geo World Convention Centre in Mumbai as part of GFF 2024. One of the most significant projects is the Vadhavan Port, a huge maritime development with an estimated expenditure of Rs 76,000 crore. Located near Dahanu town in Palghar district,